guys, today I'm making this super cute welcome back to school card. You'll also want to check out Taylormadecards4U's monthly challenge. There's a link to the challenge below for you to get all of the details. We will have a new theme each month, but the challenge is anything goes. And this month's prize is a $10 gift code from Taylormadecards4U. You'll also find a discount code over there for 20% off of your digital order from Taylormadecards4U. For this back to school card, I pulled out some of my reddish pattern papers and the Schoolhouse Blueprint sketch stamp set from Tim Holtz. I stamped out and embossed those little apples, and I'm cutting each of those out. They're going to be an embellishment on the front of my card. Next, I'm going to cut out some images that I printed out from the Taylormadecards4U Elementary School Days Vintage Digital Ephemera Kit. And these are going to be actually my background for my panels and a couple of the little embellishments. The embellishment that I chose is one that is, I think it's kind of funny, I'm sorry. This is the sleeve that we used to get our report cards in when we were back in grammar school. Why I think that is somewhat funny is when I got into junior high, one of my instructors, my driver's ed teacher, who was also homeroom, decided to give me, as a joke, a report card that was about that size. And he put in real dark red bright letters on there, F's, for all of my classes before he shrunk it down on the Xerox machine. I just thought that was too funny. Well, to keep with that whole vintage theme of this card, I'm using some Fiskars scissors that are giving it kind of a deckled edge. Then you can do that with a deckled die or the new Tim Holtz deckled trimmer, but you can go back to your old Fiskars scissors and get kind of the same results. I'm layering that photo, the classroom photo, on some red cardstock and then some brown cardstock, and now I'm going to kind of distress the edges a little bit. I'm using a couple of browns of distress ink for this. I think the one that I like the best is actually the walnut stain because it comes out a little bit darker, but I wasn't sure when I got started how dark I actually wanted to do because I just wanted a little bit of a worn look on that. I'm going to finish up those little report card embellishments. These are for the sleeves, so I'm using my scoreboard to attempt to score on that little tiny space there and get these folded up and glued together. It did take a few minutes to get this one figured out, but I finally figured out I've got a straight edge that I'm using to get that little tiny lip to fold so that I can glue everything together. Oh my goodness, this whole thing is so stinking cute. Next, I'm adding a foam panel to the back of my card panel. I decided I wanted to give it a little dimension, and I have these foam panels in my stash, and I never use them. So I'm just adhering that down with some art glitter glue onto the back of the card panel I was just working on. And then I'm going to adhere that foam panel onto the front of a black card base. Okay, now I'm going to start gluing everything down. The idea that popped into my head probably around 10 o'clock last night as I was getting ready to go to bed, was to have some little apples along the edge of the card and had that, kind of covering part of this schoolroom image. So that's what I'm doing. I've got 3 of those apples that I'm using on this card, and I'm just adhering those down. I'm also wanting to use those little report card embellishments, so I'm going to pop up part of my apples. I basically have got the top half is going to be popped up a little bit and the bottom half is going to be flush with the bottom of the card, and that's going to give me just a little bit of space to tuck those little report cards in. Sentiment, I decided to use Lawn Fawn's Oliver's Stitched ABC die set to cut out all of the letters for Welcome Back. Cut these out twice, once in black and once in brown. Decided that I almost did this in white and black, and it just did not look right. I don't have any white anywhere else on the card. So what I did is I layered the black ones behind the letters that are in brown, and that gives just a little bit of a shadow. And now I'm kind of doing like a wonky pattern of the letters, kind of what you would do in grammar school anyway, but also because the word welcome will not fit properly across my card without covering too much of those apples up. So I'm going to go ahead and layer everything down. There are a couple of letters that I'm needing to put a little bit of foam tape behind so that they will, lay right, I guess, over some of the embellishments, but I think this really looks pretty cool in the end once I get done. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and admit something to you. This is another one of those cards that, as I'm working on it, I am just amazed at how well it starts to turn out. I absolutely love this one. I mean, I don't normally layer that much up on a card. And, of course, I had to add a little bit of embellishment on the end, so I'm just using some, I think it's Autumn Red Nubo drops, just as an accent. I think this card turned out wonderful. I hope that this inspires you to create something great, and I would love to see what you create. So come join my Facebook group, Crafting with Debbie, and show us your creations. I've left a link down below. And be sure to also check out all of the other crafters on the Taylor-Made Cards for You design team. I know that they will have a lot of inspirational projects for you to see. Here are a couple more videos that I know you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching, and remember, if I can make it, you can too. See you next time.